Justice Not Just Legal Part 18 in audio. Before I go on, I need to ask you something, Annie. I have 12 apples. I will divide them equally between all of us and Jack. How many would I save for Jack? Annie feels embarrassed and a little upset. She speaks with a soft, timid tone. Just because I live out here in the wilds does not mean I am stupid. I know you all are smarter than me, but I am not stupid. You would need to save 2 for Jack. I am so sorry, Annie. You are very intelligent. I know you are. I ask you what I did to explain something to you. I would never say or do anything to humiliate you. The numbers I give you were just knowledge, and with a good memory you could remember them for the rest of your life, but we would not know how many to save for Jack. It took wisdom, the ability to use facts or knowledge to know how many to save for Jack. It was by wisdom that you come up with the truth. You are a very wise girl. If you were not, you would not even want to be with all of us. You would be out there trying to get in tune with that deranged and senseless society. We all love you very much, Annie. None of us would ever think to hurt you in any manner. This is what I wanted to convey. It takes wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to use knowledge successfully to achieve our goal. We can only work with the known to find the unknown. This is one example. With trigonometry we can know how tall a building is without measuring it with a measuring tape. It is the same with finding the distance to the moon. In the same manner we know there is a great creator by what we know. It takes a creator to bring something into existence, and it takes intelligence and design. Though we don't understand all about the great creator, we do know that there is a great creator. Some scientists may think their research proves that there is no creator, but they are proving the existence of the great creator. The complexity, unique functions, and design of life and creation is far beyond human duplication. Scientists can only work with what the great creator has created. It is so vast and extensive it would take many generations just to understand the function and purpose of its design. Perhaps they could never understand it in its total concept. No human has ever actually created anything. They only rearranged its form or caused it to be rearranged. We just call it creating. In the end, Annie is very pleased with Charlotte's concept. At their departure, Charlotte and Jack visit for some time. Some is business. Someday I hope to see a whole city isolated up here in the wilderness like your lodges, Jack. Charlotte, I just might be able to help you out with that. My brother and I have a large acreage up in the northern part of the state. It just may be what you need. Charlotte's gang and Jack had not spent all of their time enjoying the high country. They had for many hours discussed politics, and a way to eliminate the national debt, and the simplicity of solving the world's energy problem, world trade benefiting only the rich, and the stock market is the same as gambling. Our society is all built on false values. Inflation, recession, or depression is the results of false values. It is manipulation by the wealthy of the world, money wasted on exploring outer space instead of putting the energy to the benefit of all creation on Earth, putting a ban on all nuclear use and exploration, starting a campaign which would put a teenager from 12 to 20 in office. They would be a partner to every officer in all governmental offices. Love and marriage commitments could begin at age 12. The resolute youth for truth will challenge the leaders of the nations to a debate in the Youth's Court of Justice. It would be televised worldwide. Time flew by. It is over 2 weeks that Charlotte's gang had spent at Shawnee. It didn't seem that long. They had taken many pictures. They were of the wildlife and the beauty of the Rockies. Charlotte spoke with her little girl every day, and Charlotte spoke with Ben many times. Ben did not speak of details. He would just tell her it was going well, and Charlotte also spoke with her father many times. Kyle tells of all his life in detail. It was from the time he escaped from Dave Warner, and Cynthia tells all of her life from when she escaped from her social worker. Now we will look in on Ben's little gang and observe conquest over defeat. Ben and Swan had been to the detention center. Then it took several days to find the witnesses. Ben and Swan had spoken to 2 witnesses, Lamar and Joel. It was with no success, and Ben is very discouraged by his failure. The four are sitting around the conference table and Ben is concerned with what they should do next. I have really let Charlotte down. Sarah speaks and it is firm and positive. No Ben, you have not let mother down, please don't think like that Ben. We still have time, it has been only a week and mother would not see it that way, she understands, she knew it would not be easy, that is why she wanted you in charge. A feeling of great comfort and peace floods Ben's being, the facts come to his mind, this little girl melts his heart, she is so much like her mother yet she is only adopted, what a marvel. Ben, let me speak to Terrell T. Teal. Ben seems troubled with Sarah's statement. I don't know, I don't feel at ease with you being alone, I don't know what you may run into, it could be risky. I don't mean alone, my big sister will be with me. A big smile comes to Ben's face. I take it that you are speaking of Pepper Lace as your big sister. We will be safe Ben, we will do nothing stupid, Pepper Lace will see to that. Ben is in deep thought for a moment. When I consider all the facts I think it is a great idea, Terrell T. Teal should feel more relaxed, after all it is just a little girl and her sister. You could speak to Lamar and Joel again, you could find a way to do it with no link to Swan or me, they would not be so fearful with just a little girl snooping into their past life, and with you being so sweet you could sweet talk them into opening up to you. Sarah, you have made my day, I can see success in our future, let's get you over to the Teals. Amber, Terrell's mother, meets Sarah and Pepper Lace at the door, she is very friendly. Could I help you girls? Pepper Lace meets her greeting with a smile when she speaks. We would like to visit with Terrell for a while. Amber looks to be saddened by Pepper Lace's request. I am sorry, he refuses to see anyone, he has for the last 6 months, he is feeling some better, he just came home from the hospital, he is still depressed, he does not want to see anyone. Are you friends of his? I don't recognize either of you girls. Sarah steps forward and speaks with a sweet pleading smile. Yes, Mrs. Teal, we are very close friends, but he does not know it yet, he will enjoy visiting with us, would you tell him that there are 2 snoopy little girls at the door looking forward to visiting with him, if he says he would rather not visit with us, we will go and not bother you, we will be very unhappy though, we are worried about him, we want to help him. Amber looks at the little girls with wonder, it is as if Amber is whispering to herself, Snoopy little girls, why would she say that? I will tell him no such thing, they are sweet little girls, maybe they are the medicine he needs, very close friends, he does not know it yet, how can that be, she's a strange little girl. Okay, I will tell Terrell that you are here, he is very cross and difficult, he has been a cranky old recluse for months, I doubt that he will consent to a visit, but I will hope for the best. Terrell's mother approaches her son with a happy smile, she expects him to give her that scornful answer as usual, why do you do this to me, you know I don't want to see anyone. Terrell, there are 2 little girls at the door, they would like to visit with you, they are really sweet little girls, if you would rather not see them, they will understand, they are very worried about you, they think you need them, they will be very unhappy if you refuse to see them. Amber is astonished, it is for the first time in months, a smile seeps into her son's face. It is true. Just like my. Ask them in, mother. Amber turns back to the door with a frown, just like your what? The dream I had last night, mother. Amber is very disturbed, she didn't realize she had said it aloud, she was just thinking it, wasn't she? She speaks to the little girls with a vague sense of reality, it is beyond me, but it seems that my son sort of expects you girls, it was the first time I have seen him smile in months, it seems that you little girls are the medicine he needs. There are greetings, then the 2 little girls make themselves at ease sitting on the couch, facing them is a recliner in which Terrell is sitting, his mother sits in another chair, it faces the couch also. His mother is not obese, but she could do with a little more workout, and a few less carbs, she is a pleasant lady, dark brown hair with a fair skin tone. Sarah had seen pictures of Terrell and she knew quite a little about him, but she takes a little time to analyze him. Terrell is 14. He is a good-looking kid with black hair and he is very impressed with the two little girls. For a while they visit like any ordinary kids, then Sarah speaks with a kind and soft voice, but she is very resolute. We need some information that you might give us, and what you tell us will be secret and very confidential, but we don't want to add to your problems, with your sickness and all. What is your problem, or would you rather not say? Terrell hesitates for a bit. He is very concerned with this little girl's persona. He is captivated by her sweetness. They don't know for sure. It is depression mainly and some with my stomach. Would you tell us what you know about Kyle Kip Kingsley, and Darcy Beckney? Terrell marvels at little Sarah's ladylike manner and he is stunned with such a query coming from a little girl. She seems to be quite the little detective. How old are you, Sarah? I am 7. You are very young for being in such a line of work. My mother and Aunt Jane started teaching me when I was very young, and my mother is a very wise lady. You are very unusual, Sarah. You are a kind little girl. You would not intentionally hurt anyone. I will tell you all that I know. It may upset my mother, but she should know the truth. I don't want to sneak and hide any longer. Have you talked to Lamar Hamilton and Joel Crane? They are the other two witnesses. Ben and Swan did. They are a couple of older kids working with us. They could not find out much. Lamar and Joel were very scared and they would not say much. They just said it was a dark and muddy part of their life and they needed to forget it. They needed to put it behind them. So true, I don't blame them. It is a tough spot to be in. I am so tired of dealing with fear, and Max is a nightmare that I need to forget. I cannot have a life living in fear. It has a lot to do with my depression. Don't worry, we can protect you and you will not need to be afraid. Who is Max? He is Darcy's father, Max B. Beckney. Everyone is afraid of Max and his thugs. Even Darcy is afraid of his own father. He has good reason to be afraid. Darcy knows about most of Max's slimy operations. No one knows where Darcy is. He disappeared the day of Kyle's hearing. He told us he would not witness, but he advised us to go ahead and witness for the bastard. Darcy told us that no one would be seeing him until the bastard was behind bars for life. Darcy said that his life was no more than that of a rat in the eyes of his father. If he got in his father's way, his father would squash him like a mosquito on his arm and he would lick up the blood and think nothing of it. You don't think that Max had Darcy killed then? No, Sarah. Darcy is very intelligent and has good public relations. He is probably in some other country using another name. He took a large amount of money from his father so he would make it just fine in some other country. He is much smarter than that bastard father of his is, and Max's thugs are a bunch of dope heads. They are a bunch of real losers. What kind of a kid was Kyle? Did Darcy know Kyle well? Sarah, no one really knew Kyle well. We all respected him, especially Darcy did. Kyle had no need of friends. He was who he was on his own, and he needed approval from no one. He was very kind and considerate with good public relations ability, but it was as though he was far above all of us. All of the girls liked Kyle. Many of them tried to date him. Kyle would not date any of them and he would refuse with tact and kindness, with remarks that made the girls feel good about themselves and him. He would say, "You are very beautiful and enticing" to Kyle, but Kyle has no room in his life yet for girls or a wife. Kyle needs to get his life in order first. That's the way he would say it. It was as if he was speaking of someone else. He could have had any girl that he chose. Some thought that maybe he was a homo, but he had no boyfriends. I think he was just involved in his own little world and was content with it. Kyle was always happy. I have never seen him down, not even when they put him in detention. It didn't pull him down.